Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, your top team for live and local sports right here on the shore. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bossert.
What is up? It is yours truly, sports anchor Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. I like that, Brandon, the top team. I like that. We got a lot to get into tonight.
We are the top team. It's crazy to say this, but hey, the playoffs right around the corner for baseball, lacrosse, softball, girls soccer, all of it.
It's gone by in a blink of an eye. I mean,
it sure has.
In less than a month, the regular season will be wrapped up. When I came into this, Brandon, I thought it was going to be a long time of an adjustment period of learning time, but we're already a month away from playoffs. I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. There's about a few weeks left. We begin tonight with a fantastic game at the Shipyard between two recent baseball champions in the Bayside.
That's right, Brandon. Bennett with their ace on the mound, Jai Sample, starting for the Clippers, facing Colonel Richardson. You're going to see a lot of this. You see that overpowering arm strength, plenty swings and misses. He's just so great. But, Colonel Richardson gets on the board early with the runner on third. Austin Walls with a dribbler to first, race for the bag, and Walls is safe. A big hustle play to get the Colonels on the board. Now the Clippers offense responds. Jalen Dillard slashes it to right field for the base hit. Aiden Neff running from second base to the throw home, not in time. Neff getting dirty out there. Bennett is on the board. 1 of 4 runs in the third.
Yeah, back to Sample now. He was impressive this afternoon. 5 innings of work, giving up the lone run on that dribbler to first that we saw earlier. 2 walks, 10 punch outs. We're told his slowest fastball was clocked at 89 miles an hour. Now, if you remember last week, Parkside beat Bennett with small ball. Well, the Colonels must have seen those highlights right here on 47 ABC, because runners on second and third, Austin Glessner lays it down. Instead of going home, they throw to first. Tying run is in. Up the plate is Austin Walls again, and this time he's serving up a clean single out to right. The go-ahead run coming around to score. Colonels take their first lead since that first inning, and that would be the final blow in this one. Colonel comes back to win a big game. Final score of 6-5.
I started off really well on the mound. I'm pretty sure we hit pretty well in the beginning, but we lost the energy and we started making a lot of errors and a lot of inconsistency, and that caused them to take advantage of that. And the 6th inning, then 7th inning, we tried to fight back, and the outcome was we took the loss because the energy wasn't there, and yeah, that's about it.
Now St. Michael's making the trip to Mardella Springs to take on the Warriors. The Saints ground this one to short. Stacey Fisher with the scoop throw to first. Mardella keeping the Saints locked down. Then Jackson Gray pokes it to short, then flip to second for 1. Over first, and it gets by. Wild throw brings in a run for the Warriors. Mardella is up 4-1. Will Sherwood in the box. Game tied at 4-all. Hunter Gatto with a throw to second, but it is high, and everyone is safe on the play. And that brings in a run for the St. Michael's ahead 5-4.
Yeah, what a crazy play right here in this one. In a tight game. Ball in the dirt in fair territory. In comes Carson Hughes to score. The batter called out. The run scores. We're not exactly sure what the call was here, but either way, we are tied. St. Michael's not happy about that call right there. But Kennel Lambert was the hero for St. Michael's. Little things matter, folks. Drop down the bunt, score the go-ahead run. And it's not just about the long ball, it's about the fundamentals. Mardella loads the bases in their half of the frame, but this punch-out ends the game. What a comeback by the Saints. They take a good one between two competitive teams. Final score, 6-5. All right, let's move over to the softball diamond now. A great game between the defending 2A state champions in Queen Anne's traveling to Decatur to take on the Seahawks. Off to a great start this season. Lions already up 2. Decatur's offense looking for a rally. This is a shot off the fence and left, but Ava Snellsire would be left stranded on the base paths, and that was a theme in this one, was stranded base runners. Another opportunity for Decatur. Riley Smith sends one into the gap for a 2-bagger. Nobody out, but again, the Hawks unable to get her in. Give credit to Emily Gunther, though. She's the reason the Seahawks had trouble all afternoon. She pitches a complete game shutout for the Lions. and Queen Anne's takes it. Final score 2-0. We spoke with Gunther after the game about what this win means for her team.
It was a big game for us, and we knew it was going to be tough coming in, so we just had to do what we know how to do and come through, which we did. I think we could have produced a little bit more better. We had a lot of runners in scoring position, but we just couldn't score in the places we need to, so I think we need to work on that a little bit more.
Now up in Georgetown, what a season Madge Layfield is having. Yesterday she pitched for the second no-hitter of the season. This one a 7-inning no-no complete with 17 strikeouts.
That's unbelievable. 17.
Layfield tossed a 5-inning no-hitter against Milford last month, striking out 14 buck hitters. She came close to another last week against Delmarva with a 1-hit shutout with 18 punch-outs. This comes as no surprise. Layfield pitched Sussex Central to the state championship last season, where they fell 1-0. By the way, she's still just a sophomore.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. She might be the best pitcher in the entire state. 2 no-hitters already this season, another 1-hitter. She's striking out pretty much everyone.
I mean, when you're putting up 18 and 17 strikeouts, those are numbers I've never even heard of before.
Yeah.
So that is very, very, very good, especially for a sophomore.
All right, let's take a look now for a moment to check in on the current standings for our Henlopen baseball teams. The top mark belongs to Cape Henlopen at the bottom of your screen there, 8-2. They've won 7 straight, including wins over Tech, Indian River, and Central. Sussex Central is 6-2, the second best mark. Smyrna 7-3. Sussex Tech is 6-3. Delmar and Indian River both 5-3. And then not pictured, Woodbridge 6-4. Caesar, Rodney, and Lake Forest are also above 500 at 5-4 each. All right, so let's talk about what we saw this week. Bennett, first of all, this is back-to-back games where we saw them absolutely implode late with Sample on the mound. We saw it last week against Parkside. This has to do with execution, plain and simple. We saw the Rams bunt 3 times. Bennett unable to get a single out on either of those plays. Well, tonight the bunt comes back to haunt them. Along with that miscue on the ground ball to first base, the pitcher has to cover first on that play. Little things add up over the course of the season, and they can lead to frustrating losses like the one last week and the one we saw today.
And the one for today. Was he even in Sample complete for the entire game? Wasn't he pulled?
He was pulled after 5 innings, but the first inning, that was him who was on the mound. Didn't cover first. PFPs, that's what you work on at the beginning of the season, so he's got to cover first. So, and then you just mentioned Brandon as well in terms of just the pure standings. I mean, Cape, best team in the Henlopen in my opinion. They proved it yesterday. They actually just beat, as you mentioned, Central 5-4. I mean, they were number 2 in our standings right there in the graphics, so I think right now Cape stands alone as kind of the team to beat in the state of Delaware if you're in the Henlopen. All right, and another thing, congratulations to Madge on another no-hitter. I mean, she has been sensational. I mean, those are those are next level numbers. I mean, there's no way that she's just gonna stop playing softball just here on the scholastic level. She's definitely, I can see her going for it. I mean, as a sophomore, 15-year-old. And Queen Anne's as well. They were impressive. They lose Cameron Whiteford in the circle. Emily Gunther looked great, and then a shutout or a shout out to 10-0 Decatur, who defeated Queen Anne's in a close game earlier this week. All right, let's move on now to some lacrosse. That's right. From the baseball field to the lacrosse field, one of the top teams in the Bayside, Kent Island, on the road against the Decatur Seahawks. Brandon, I was at this game today. The Bucks might be the best team in the conference based off of what I saw. And tonight, they made a convincing argument. I mean, by halftime, the score was 13-1 in favor of Kent Island. And they did that by getting physical and just getting all up in the Seahawks. I mean, look at this truck. You see that? Look, and he dropped him. The hit stick laid him out. But the Seahawks are going to get their lick back. They get one more. That's physicality on another level. That's a good crease defenseman right there. You see that? But it wouldn't do too much for the Seahawks. I mean, and this is kind of the play of the game right there. Maybe top play of the week. Material, this looks no different from an alley-oop pass on the basketball court. Kent Island wins huge, 18-2 on the road in Berlin. Just a crazy win for them. They were led by senior Jamie Smith's 5 goals. They moved to 8-1 on the season. Again, 18-2. They were getting goals
how they wanted, when they wanted. Just great offense and defense for Kent Island.
And they also beat Bennett earlier this week by a final score of 13-7. So I think it's safe to say that Kent Island is the best team in boys lacrosse in the Bayside. Now for the Lady Seahawks hosting Queen Anne's earlier this week. Kendall Nagel scoring through 4 Seahawks. And she was at it again moments later off of the free position. Nagel gonna go head on at the goal, snipes it by the keeper's offhand. Not much the Hawks could do on that one. Time winding down the first half now. 1-on-1 for Audrey Mumford. Nice dunk over the keeper there. Decatur looking to keep this close as we head to halftime. Alina Burnell-Clark with a bounce shot to kick off the second half, but the Lions snuff out the rally quickly. Queen Anne's would be too much. Zoe Crawford going to tack on another goal for Queen Anne's, and the Lions take this one in double digits. Final score 16-6. Now, on a side note, they are the reigning champions for 2A state girls lacrosse as well. So they lost to Cape Henlopen by a single goal this season. We all know about the powerhouse that Cape Henlopen is up in Lewis. So they can definitely make another run at a state title this spring. All right, that'll do it for the A block. We're taking a commercial break, but when we return, we've got a local athlete spotlight when we come back with After the Whistle. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Hello, my name is Jai Sample. I'm with Bennett, and you are watching Delmarva Sports Inside.